Hello, everyone. Welcome to another discussion about personal finance. So, we've talked about the importance of financial well being. We've talked about the five components or the five key components to personal finance. And today, we'll talk about the 6 steps to setting financial goals because we won't get anywhere if we're not setting goals and sticking to them. So we're going to break that down a little bit today and dig further into your personal finance journey. Of course, we'll start with our values. We are here to invest in ourselves and invest in people. We are lean and we are kind. And we want to apply all of these to our personal finance journey as well. Being efficient in how we budget, in how we take time out to educate ourselves on finances, and being kind to ourselves because we're thinking about our future financial goals. So let's start off with, like what is a financial goal? And we've talked about a financial goal here and there throughout this personal finance journey, but let's look at it in depth today. We're going to break it down. So, a financial goal is a plan for your money. It is planning how you are going to allocate your funds. You can have short-term goals, and a short-term goal might be saving $300 per week towards a particular goal, or it can be something long-term. And long-term goals sometimes are bigger. It might be saving towards retirement, it might be buying a house, it might be a car, it might be a lump sum to invest in your own business. So when we think of goals, financial goals, and we think of the plans we have for our money or the specific plan we have for our money, let's start by thinking in terms of whether we are trying to achieve a short-term goal or if we are trying to achieve a long-term goal. The different types of goals, and as I'd mentioned before, it can be short-term, long-term, or medium-term. A financial goal might be something like creating an emergency fund. You will hear me talk about that a lot because it is one of the key areas of personal finance that any insurance advisor, wealth advisor, or anyone who manages money will talk to you about making sure that you have money for an emergency. That could be to pay off um, a medical bill. It could be because you need to save up to pay off your student loans or any other debt that you might be in. Maybe it's credit card debt. Always have a plan for your money. Now, a part of this workshop today is it's going to be a little personal. So, we're all going to be doing some self work as it pertains to financial goals. And one of those things is setting a commitment pledge. And so, you have a financial worksheet that you're going to be working with, and it's going to help you along with this session. And one of the things I would like you to start with is just, saying to yourself, what is even one financial goal I have for the future? And been talking about this in the United We Learn channel, and I know some persons already listed some financial goals that they have. That's amazing. And I want to keep our focus on that. Finances, money, lots of money, setting goals. So think about a financial goal that you have. And then what I'd love for you to do is share with your friends or just jot it down somewhere. Share it with yourself, even. Say it in the mirror. How do you plan to achieve this financial goal? Because it's all well and great to have financial goals. How are you going to achieve these goals and achieve them successfully? And we need a plan for that. So come up with a commitment pledge to yourself about how you are going to approach financial goals, approach financial wellness. Come up with your own commitment pledge, read it back to yourself, edit it, change it, tweak it until your commitment pledge looks like, something that you want it to look like, until it's something that you are comfortable with. So remember, we are starting with breaking down our financial goals into long term, medium term, short term. You're also creating a commitment pledge, and this is personal. This is for you. And the reason we're creating a commitment pledge is, again, we're creating habits. We are attaching our financial goals to something meaningful. That's why Ergen has values and mission and has a vision, because we are attaching the things that we do, all of our processes, to something meaningful, and therefore it sticks with you a little more. So let's move on. Now, there is a way to set financial goals. So, we're going to look at 6 steps, just 6 steps to setting financial goals. And you may recognize some of these steps because we use them in sales or any area that we may use metrics to manage our departments or manage our output. You will see some of these goals. So, number one, make your goals specific. And being specific is important. Once upon a time, I would set financial goals, and it's something similar to, yes, I would love to have an emergency fund. And I just start saving, but with no timeline in place, with no documentation of how much I wanted to save over a particular period, just kind of, you know, at, at on a whim, so to speak. But your goal needs to be specific because it helps to guide you. So set a specific financial goal. Like, I definitely want to buy a piece of land in the next 3 years, but that financial goal gets even more specific for how I want to achieve that. Two, definitely make your goal measurable. And so this is one of the things that we'll see coming up in just generally discussing metrics, and trying to achieve goals, is set something that's measurable. And again, it's great for you to track where you are. It's great for you to see where you want to go, because visual, when something is measurable, again, it attaches more meaning and it helps you to reach your goal. Three, definitely give yourself a deadline. Definitely give yourself a deadline. This is a big one. And again, these are all in an effort to guide you to the right financial goals, or guide you to, in as much as you can, achieve those goals, because we want to set goals that we are going to achieve. Okay, the point of setting the goal is so that we can achieve it. Okay, we want success. So give yourself a deadline. So I want to buy land in a couple of years. It means that I need to probably be spending the next 2.5 years saving a specific amount of money to come up with my 10 or 15% deposit to purchase said land. Okay, so give yourself a deadline. Number four, make sure they're your own goals. And again, remember, this is personal, this is your goal. And you're doing this for you, and by extension, perhaps it will affect others around you in a positive way. Make sure these are your goals, and your goals are not being influenced by somebody else's idea of what a financial goal should look like. Make sure it is yours. Five, write your goal down. Yes. Now, a lot of people have vision boards. I do not. I have a vision fridge. I put all of my important goals, all the things that I want to achieve, on my fridge, because I walk up to it every day to take something out of the fridge. And each time that I walk up to my fridge, I am reminded that there's a goal I want to achieve. And it has helped me to achieve quite a few things in life so far. And the goal might be sending yourself back to school. It might be finally, getting your eating habits the way you want to have them. But whatever your financial goal is, okay, eating habits maybe not a financial goal, maybe. But whatever your goal is, write that goal down. And even if that's digital, putting it on a spreadsheet, put it in some kind of app or tracker, write your goals down. Six, now a huge part of this is getting a goal accountable body, because sometimes we can slack off. It happens. And there are some of us who are amazingly dedicated, and we have that drive, and we do not need anyone to remind us that, hey, you have a goal to achieve. But that's not for everyone. And whether it should be or not, get a goal accountable buddy. And this is somebody who you trust, who you're comfortable with, who knows what your goals are. And what they do is they are there to be your guiding magician. They're there to be your like guiding genie, to say, hey, I see you, good job. Or hey, I noticed you're slacking off this week or this month. But get somebody who is there to hold you accountable so that you can finish the goal. And whenever we're setting goals, there are things that will come in the way. There are going to be little bumps in the road. And we want to ensure that we continue, we persevere, we're persistent. And so, nothing better than having somebody who helps you be accountable for that. It might be your spouse, it might be your bestie, it might be your coworker, whomever it is. get yourself a goal accountable buddy. So remember these 6 steps when you're setting your financial goals. These 6 steps are also on your worksheet, because on your worksheet, you're going to be listing one financial goal that you want to achieve, and you are going to follow this 6 step process to in setting that financial goal. Now, the whole point of this training is not only to learn more about personal finance and well-being, it's also a stepping stone to financial freedom. Now, a good way to keep that drive going is to have your own personal financial freedom statement. And you can put this anywhere. You can laminate it and put it in your bedroom, on your fridge. My fridge is where I put a lot of important things. Wherever it is that is visible to you, create your own personal financial freedom statement. What do you want to achieve? How do you want to achieve this? Like, ideally, I'd like to retire like most people. I'd like to retire early. And I'd still like to work, but maybe 3 hours a day and not 8 or 9, maybe 2.5. What is your financial freedom statement? And what does it mean to you? What does financial freedom mean to you? For me, financial freedom is being able to do whatever I want when I want it, because I would have money and flexibility and freedom to do those things. So, write yourself a personal financial freedom statement. And this statement, in essence, should articulate your vision of your own financial freedom. It should highlight your vision, it should highlight your overall steps in achieving this vision. Remember, this is personal, this is for you, this is your financial statement. And again, we're doing all of these things because all of these little nuggets are leading us to a better way of looking at money and having a better relationship with money, because the better we have a relationship with money, the closer we get to financial freedom, the closer we get to financial wellness. So, craft your financial freedom statement and post it somewhere. Make sure it is visible so that you have a constant reminder of what your end goal is. So, we're talking about financial freedom, and a lot of times that starts with budgeting. Setting goals, budgeting is even a financial goal. So many of us don't budget. We don't think we need to budget, or we feel like we're not good at it. We posted some Mythbusters this week in terms of budgeting. But here are 10 of the best budgeting apps. Check them out. So there is Zeta, there is Rocket Money, there is Pocket Guard, EveryDollar, and Honeydew. So these are 5 of the best budgeting apps. And you can always rewind this to go back and look at the different budgeting apps and look for them on Google Play Store. There is also Wally. I think I used Wally sometime in the past. There is Buddy. There is Simplify, which I'm also familiar with. And there is also Good Budget. Good Budget is also a really cool budgeting tool. I'm still using that, sort of. And there is Opportune. So here are 10 budgeting apps, and I would say check out a few of them, and then get comfortable with one of these budgeting apps if you are not already using one, and start using a budgeting app. Because some of us, for real, we're not great at math, we're not great at budgeting, but we have these apps that help to simplify that process and takes away a lot of the guesswork, because it's automated, it's put in a way that is easier for us to understand, and the information is digestible. So, 10 of the best budgeting apps right here, this way. Here's a short
Close your eyes and visualize your dream
video.
future. What do you see? Do you dream of owning a home, paying off your student loans, taking a dream vacation? The secret to achieving all these things and more is no, it isn't winning the lottery. It's setting financial goals. Yep, it's as simple as that. Goal setting can make you feel more confident about your finances. But we know that having multiple financial goals can be overwhelming. How can you save for a house and a new car? It sounds impossible, but it's not, we promise. Here are a few tricks to help you juggle multiple goals at once. For each goal, it's important to know how much you will need to save and by when. Start by organizing your goals by time frame. Short term savings are for things you'll need in the next 3 years, like paying bills, building an emergency fund, or buying a car. Midterm savings are for goals you'll need in the next 4 to 10 years, like buying a house or going to grad school. Long term savings are for things you won't need for the next 10 or more years. Think saving for retirement or for your child's education. Next up is prioritizing. Only you know what your priorities are, but industry experts recommend prioritizing having emergency savings, saving for retirement, and paying off debt. Once you've identified your goals, it's time to get smart. That's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. First, figure out the specific goal. Vague goals are more difficult to plan for. Say you want to save for a new car so you can get to work faster. Next, how will you measure the goal? Figure out the exact dollar amount you need to save. You estimate that the new car will cost $20,000, so you'll need to start saving $550 a month. Ask yourself, is this goal achievable? Goals can be challenging, but they shouldn't be impossible. Skipping meals out to save $130 a week? Definitely achievable. Is this goal realistic? Weigh your goal against your current financial situation. You're confident that your salary and budget allows you to save $550 a month. Finally, what's your time frame? Set a deadline to boost motivation. You want to buy a car within the next 3 years. Tools make any job easier, and savings goals are no different. Financial tools can help you set and reach goals faster. Fidelity Spire is a free app that will help you plan, save, and invest for your goals. You can set goals, track your progress by linking Fidelity or non-Fidelity accounts, pay your bills, contribute money towards your goals by investing or trading, and boost your understanding with educational content. Now that you have the strategies in mind, start dreaming about the things you want to achieve.
So many key takeaways from this video. I would encourage you to rewind and watch the video again because there's some really cool nuggets there. Okay. Of course, set SMART goals. Look at long term goals as things that you want to achieve probably 10 years down the line versus next year or 2 years from now. Setting a time frame, using budgeting. Okay, some awesome takeaways right there. And also, this is an app that you can check out as well. So, we are at the end of our self-led training today. Remember, you have a worksheet. This worksheet should be dear and near to you. If you have any questions about your worksheet, feel free to drop your questions in the Bootcamp channel or in the United We Learn channel, and let's help you from there. If you have any questions about this video or there's something that you missed, let me know. I'll see you next time.